Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, and thank you for stopping by. Alright guys, the long-awaited lawsuit against Gavin Newsom and the California legislature's rule that mirrors the abortion ban in Texas against gun owners has finally come. We're going to dive into a few of the details here because this is incredibly important. As we go through this fight for our rights, we got to deal with the stupid, but we also have to deal with the really intent. And this one, I think, falls into that prior category. Let me know what you think in the comments field below. Everything is always linked in the description field for your review if you want to dive a little bit deeper. I'm going to say a quick word from our sponsor, and then we're going to hit it, and I cannot wait to hear what you guys think about this one, because this lawsuit's time has come. You guys heard of the castle doctrine? Well, with this sponsor, we're going to take it to the next level. And if you are defending your castle with something more traditional that looks like this, or maybe something a little more modern that looks like this, Established Titles gives you the ability to call yourself Lord or Lady while defending your castle. Now, the title packs give you 1 square foot of established land on a private estate in Edelston, Scotland, and an official certificate with a crest like you see right here. You may all refer to me now as Lord Braden. Thank you in advance. Your certificate features a unique plot number with which you can see the exact location of your land. And if you're one of the first 200 to use the link in the description box below, we can create our own little LOA kingdom near my personal plot. It makes a great last-minute gift. They even have couple packs that come with adjoining plots of land in said fiefdom. They plant a tree with every order and work with global charities, 1 tree planted and trees to the future to support global reforestation efforts. My personal favorite reason to do this? You could officially change your name to Lord or Lady, so anything woke will have to address you by your proper title, which will send them into the next dimension, which might be worth it by itself. And you can get on that credit card, and you can even put it on your dating profiles. It makes an amazing last-minute gift. Establishment Titles is actually running a massive sale right now. Plus, if you use the code Langley, you get an additional 10% off. So go to establishedtitles.com/Langley to get your gifts now and help support the channel. And thank you so much in advance for checking it out. Alright, so if you are not familiar with what I'm talking about, Gavin Newsom pushed through a bill in July that he signed into law that basically gave individual citizens the ability to sue firearm manufacturers. He was trying to make a little stick in the eye of Greg Abbott's Texas abortion law that went through the Supreme Court. That was the entire point. If they're going to do that, then we're going to do this. That was we covered on this channel. That's what Gav's up to. But you guys know Gav, so let's dive in. Here's what's up in California. This is important because one more thing is getting knocked down. Check this out. Gun groups challenge California gun law modeled on Texas abortion measure. The lawsuit could test the legal logic of both states' laws. Now, this is from Politico. So you guys know my rule of thumb. If it's in Politico over in the far left media, they're writing to a far left audience. They're informing them this is about to go down. Now, there's a very fatal flaw in this whole approach from California that they're wanting to do. And I'm about to walk you through it, but this came out today. Gun rights groups have challenged a California gun law that emulates a Texas abortion measure by letting private citizens sue illegal firearms manufacturers. The widely anticipated lawsuit, they even knew it was coming, will test the legal underpinnings of a gun restriction that California Governor Gavin Newsom explicitly framed as a rebuke to Texas and the U.S. Supreme Court. Yeah, make friends in all the right places, Gav. The outcome could affect both California's gun constraints and the anti-abortion law that inspired them. So their whole point here is Gavin Newsom went with a move that's going to not only knock down the California, it's like a sacrificial law, but it's also going to knock down the Texas abortion law. Probably not, because it's not the exact same thing, but that has never stopped them before. Check out what they did here. Soon after the U.S. Supreme Court upheld a Texas law deputizing private citizens to sue abortion providers, Newsom announced California would respond by applying the same logic to people who distribute or manufacture classes of firearms that are prohibited in California. Newsom signed Senate Bill 1327 in July. Now, we covered that. The entire thing here is this puts all the onus on anybody who's taking part in a constitutional protected activity. In the Texas situation, that's not the case. But that doesn't matter. You mess with one of their sacred cows, they're going to go after one of yours. And that's pretty much what it's been. But here's what they're doing. A collective of gun rights groups and individuals have argued California's law is unconstitutional. Yeah. Because it limits their ability to dispute gun laws. A complaint filed in California's Southern District specifically objects to a provision in the law requiring people who challenge California gun laws to pay opponents' attorney's fees if they don't prevail. So essentially, if the state of California infringes upon your gun rights, like, for example, the AR ban that they're litigating right now, and you don't win because they hold all the cards in their hand on the deck, then you have to pay for all the court cost. The entire design is meant to strangle out any type of opposition. They know it's unconstitutional. Gavin Newsom even said when he passed this it was unconstitutional, but he wanted to bring attention to the hypocrisy of the Supreme Court. All while, by the way, funded by the state taxpayers of California. Great job. But let's keep going because this is where it gets really, really strong against this lawsuit. Excuse me, this law. The lawsuit argues that provision, quote, singles out firearm advocates, protected activity, and seeks to choke off their access to the courts. Some of the plaintiffs have also sued California to invalidate its ban on assault weapons. Now, we know all about that. But now, that's being utilized in this response to the lawsuit. The law, rather, excuse me. Quote, plaintiffs hope to challenge a state law restricting their right to possess firearms, but they, and their counsel, are concerned that doing so could bankrupt them, the complaint says, effectively freezing out any gun right activist from the court system. That's heavily unconstitutional, and they know it. But the lawsuit is just now coming, and this thing is going to come down at some point, and we are going to cover it as it does. Quote, but tit for tat is not a rational or permissible justification for the classifications in this case. The complaint says, adding that, quote, punishing Second Amendment litigants in retaliation against Texas for enacting its own abortion restrictions in SB 8 is plainly illegitimate. And it is plainly illegitimate. They even knew when they passed it was going to get struck down. But this was a ploy. This was a game. This was a sacrificial law, if you will, all to get attention brought back to the Texas abortion ban. And that's what I've got for you guys. The process has started. The poison is being drawn from the wound. It's just going to take a little bit of time. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you on the next one. I'm Braden. See you later.